We are about to react to top 20 worst Power Ranger characters, and it's a Watchmojo video, so you already know this thing's about to be highly atrocious. Let's go.
Well, if it isn't the Power Rangers.
You feel me?
Welcome to Watchmojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the
I hate seeing that man, Patrick. He knows nothing.
the top 20 worst Power Rangers characters.
Guys, wake up and smell the darkness. We've done our best. We failed.
For this list,
Nick is
we'll be
so
looking
ass.
at the most boring, annoying, or wasted potential characters from across the morphing grid. To balance out the negativity, who's your favorite Ranger? Let us know in the comments below.
Oh, yeah.
Number 20, Elgar, Power Rangers Turbo and Power Rangers in Space. This villain was more grating than intimidating. Although Elgar was the nephew and right-hand man to the big bad Divatox, he ruined her plans almost as much as the Rangers did. Most of the time,
He's not
his
that
dim-witted
bad.
shtick is played off as a joke.
Dita's getting his ass beat by
Divatox's
Elgar.
Rangers did. Most of the time, his dim-witted shtick is played off as a joke, but Divatox's crew didn't need any more comic relief.
Give it your best shot.
You got
Well, let's get to it, baby!
Honestly, Elgar barely qualified because his jokes weren't even that funny. Although fans thought there would be 3 of them when Turbo ended, the eye-rolling villain was unfortunately brought back as a major recurring threat during In Space 2.
What are you doing here?
Whatever you wish, my queen. But I don't do windows. But first, can I get a bite to eat? I'm really starving.
Unsurprisingly, the added screen time didn't make him any more tolerable. It came as a mercy when Zordon's sacrifice finally put Elgar and his bad jokes to rest.
Elgar was
Number
cool, bro.
19, Prince
Vince
Vekar,
Vekar. I hate
Power
this
Rangers
nigga, bro.
Super Mega Force. If you were expecting the leader of the Armada fleet to be a composed and menacing adversary, you'd be very wrong. As a matter of fact, the only feeling Prince Vekar elicited was irritation.
So, a Power Ranger did this to my soldier? The humans can fight back!
Yes, apparently.
Yes! Well, I don't like that! Get me another commander!
He was supposed to be a big threat to the Rangers, but his
He
plans
was,
were
though.
juvenile at best. And whenever Prince Vekar fails, he tends to blame everyone but himself. Nothing highlighted the villain's immaturity more than his death scene. For some reason, he decided to ignore his lieutenant's warnings and face the Rangers himself.
Yo.
You're the one who destroyed my planet.
Yeah, so what do you want? An autograph?
Naturally,
Oh, yeah,
all that
talk
active
your shit,
bravado
bro.
does is put him on the wrong end of a Megazord fight. It's hard not to cheer when Vekar finally goes down for good. Number 18, Tyzonn, Power Rangers
Tyzonn?
Operation Overdrive.
Really?
A vengeful alien doesn't exactly
Hell
scream
no.
defender of Earth, but in a baffling turn of events, the Rangers insisted upon recruiting Tyzonn to their side. We're still trying to figure out why.
Tyzonn, you heard the Sentinel Knight. We've got a long way to go. Why don't you stay and work with us?
I can't.
While some might find Tyzonn's naivete endearing, we often found him annoying. It didn't help that the character was a walking contradiction. Although he's supposedly fueled by revenge, Operation Overdrive never decided whether they want him to be comic relief or a tragic anti-hero. The resulting hodgepodge of a character doesn't do either archetype justice. Instead, Tyzonn lived on as one of the most head-scratching characters to ever pick up a Mmpr.
Wow. This man went crazy, I ain't gonna lie. And Operation Overdrive, Tyzonn was stupid. I don't
Number
know what the hell they
17,
Bitch! What? Worst characters of all time? Antonio? Watchmojo, please go somewhere. What do you mean, Antonio? What's up, Queen? I'm doing good, but Antonio.
Antonio Garcia, Power Rangers Samurai and Power Rangers Super Samurai. The villainous Master Zandran made it clear that he had plans to flood the world, but it didn't seem like the nonchalant Antonio understood how serious that threat was. Introduced as the Samurai Team's 6th member, Antonio never quite adjusted to the high stakes of Ranger life.
What do you mean?
Oh no.
He's
Gonna
literally
need to play
tough as hell.
lumberjack. Ah!
Even well into Super Samurai, he still consistently failed to take things seriously. Sometimes, his attitude would cause serious issues for the rest of the team.
No, it didn't, you dummy.
Unfortunately, the other Rangers didn't always hold him accountable for his failings. Their inaction prevented Antonio from learning from his mistakes. For someone who's supposedly smart enough to build their own Mmpr, Antonio lacks some serious emotional intelligence.
Oh man, don't be such a downer, we just won.
Number 16.
You dumbass. How do you put Antonio as one of the worst? Like, how do you do that? How do you do that? One of the worst Rangers of all time? Antonio? What are we talking about here, bruh? Antonio's number 3 for me? Exactly. Exactly. We can't play Samurai forever, bruh. That man built a
Dex
black
Stewart,
box, built
Mighty
his
Morphin
own
Power
sword.
Rangers.
What are we talking
Even
about
though
here?
the Masked Rider only appeared in 3 episodes of Power Rangers, he still managed to completely overstay his welcome. Most of that blame lies in the fact that he isn't actually a Ranger at all.
What's more, we are all safe. To fight you another day, Count Dragon.
In a behind-the-scenes ploy to build hype for the Masked Rider's English premiere, production company Saban mandated that Dex Stewart appear in Mighty Morphin. Ironically, his inclusion attracted more hatred than interest. Dex is a total wet blanket on the overall story. Even an entire arc centered on him wasn't enough to convince fans otherwise. It's a good thing that the 3-part storyline was the first and last time Dex appeared on Power Rangers.
Now, villains, you shall know the power of the Masked Rider and the Power Rangers.
Number 15,
Choobo.
Power Rangers Ninja Storm.
Choobo
The
is
very
not
last
bad.
thing
He
LaFleur's
cool.
team needed was yet
He ain't
another
really that
bumbling
bad of a
lieutenant,
character for
especially
real.
one as grossly incompetent as Choobo.
Now, Choobo. Goodbye, Wind Ninja Academy.
Choobo went stupid. This is
To be
top
fair, he doesn't
20
stay as a
worst
lieutenant for
characters
long,
in Power
but that's
Rangers,
only because he's quickly
apparently.
promoted to general and given a pivotal role in the Thunder Rangers saga. Although the show kept trying to make Choobo's antics entertaining, he just came off as obnoxious.
I'm just
Whether
waiting
he's
for TJ
flirting with
Gang.
Tori or failing to capture the Rangers once again, he always ends up the butt of a bad joke.
I said I'd make it big someday.
Lothor and his lackeys are some of the most memorable villains in the franchise, but Choobo is one member of the crew that's better left forgotten.
No, it's not.
Number
Choobo
14,
went stupid. Flit.
Flit.
Flit. Are you crazy? Flit. Are you crazy? Flit is funny as hell. Man was sitting there going, bzz, giving the greatest commentary of all time to Megazord battles. We're gonna put him on a list of worst characters in Power Rangers? No way! How? What? What are we talking about here?
Power Rangers Jungle Fury. This nature-themed season was all about the Rangers channeling their power through animal spirits like lions, cheetahs, and jaguars.
He wasn't annoying.
Flit, on the other hand, he's a fly. Not quite what you think of when you hear the name Jungle Fury. After the warrior was cursed into taking the form of a bug, he had to live inside Camille's stomach or else he'd die.
Ever since the day he cursed me, I've been a fly, kept prisoner within Camille's yucky stomach.
Ridiculous.
Queen, what do you mean you don't like Alpha 5? What the hell does that mean? How is that possible? What did Alpha do to you?
This backstory aside, the real issue is that when Flit did show up, he never stopped talking. To
That's
put it
his
nicely,
job. He's
his
a
commentary needed some work.
The beast is on the run. My new friend is one tough hombre.
Flit nearly ruins just about any scene he's in. Every
No,
time
he
he appeared,
doesn't.
we really wished we'd had a fly swatter.
No.
Number 13, Nick Russell, Power Rangers Mystic Force.
Nick is one of the worst characters of all time. And Camille is definitely a baddie. She definitely is for sure. But come on, Nick. One of the worst Rangers of all time. One of the worst Power Ranger characters of all time. It's not even just Rangers, it's characters. And you have Nick here. What?
The Mystic Force Red Ranger is the exact opposite of what you want in a team leader. Instead of being confident, understanding, and caring, Nick is very whiny, immature, and self-centered. His egregious character flaws are especially glaring when he's compared to the rest of the well-rounded cast. Don't expect him to grow up in the heat of battle either. When the going gets tough, Nick's usually the first one to give up.
Stop! I'm gonna give myself up. What? I'm not gonna lose all my friends. There's some.
Alright, Nick, he quits a lot. We all know this, right? He quits a lot. But he gonna get the job done when his mind gets correct, gang. Yeah, to me, Xander was worse than him. Xander was sitting here, my name's Xander. Man, my name's Xander. Boom. My name's Xander. Uppercut. What are you doing, brother? At least the first time they seen it, Plan Xander shouldn't have worked. But Nick, he went up against Korag. He turned into Korag. He destroyed the Master. Like, he's tough. His battleizer. He's one of the strongest Red Rangers of all time. He might be number 2, because you know who number 1 is.
I'm not gonna do to stop it.
But if you surrender, you'll destroy everything we stand for.
It doesn't help that he's also the center of some of the season's dense lore, too. Sadly, the only interesting question posed from all Nick's screen time is why the Rangers decided to make him their leader.
Fine. Yes, I'm giving up.
Number 12, Vypra. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
I ain't gonna lie. Vypra's a cool character, but her acting this season was horrible. She'd be like, Diabolico. Oh, Diabolico. Diabolico.
Ironically, the grounded Lightspeed Rangers ended up facing one of the franchise's most unrealistic villains. And it's not because Vypra's a 5,000-year-old demon. What completely takes us out of the show is that her acting isn't that great.
I am Vypra. I'm glad we finally met, so I can destroy you.
Vypra's delivery is often awkward. Her lack of enthusiasm completely destroys any chance that we'll be intimidated by her. Admittedly, the writing doesn't do her any favors. For someone billed as a main villain, Vypra doesn't actually do much. She doesn't even end up being the season's final boss.
I ain't gonna lie, gang. Who cares what he just said? Who cares about Vypra's acting? She's a baddie. She's tough. She's tough. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about how bad her acting was, how she couldn't deliver lines. Who cares? When you stare at that face, you're gonna forget anyways. Like, come on, bro. What are we talking about? She's bad as hell. And this little snake little thingy mabob that she got going on. Come on, bro.
Boss.
Why has the queen summoned me?
I don't know, but her transformation is nearly complete.
When there were only a few episodes left, Vypra was unceremoniously absorbed by the evil Queen Banshira.
Who cares?
That turn made it feel like suffering through Vypra's flat monologues was pointless. Number 11, Spike Skulovich, Power Rangers Samurai and Power Rangers Super Samurai.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like Spike either.
Modernizing some of Mighty Morphin's comedic characters wasn't a bad idea. Unfortunately, Samurai did it by introducing Skull's never-before-mentioned son, Spike.
I'll take that. No. No, I got it.
Spike was a little bit of
This young character had all of his father's most aggravating qualities without any of the charm. While some of the blame fell on Felix Ryan's performance, the script almost seemed to be written so he'd elicit the maximum amount of hate. Despite not being able to compare to his dad...
Hold on. Towa, who is the finest ranger? Sarah Thompson, Maya, Ashley, Cassie, Kira, Sid, Maddie, Shelby, Shelby Watkins. Who else is in there? Did I say Kira already? There's a few more. I just can't remember from the top of my head right now. But they're all baddies.
It felt like Spike and Bulk had more screen time than the original duo ever did. The kids' tenor on the show almost managed to damage the legacy Bulk and Skull left behind.
Gotta get you out of here. But our fans! That's who you pay us to get you away from. Oh, come on! That's not the way it's supposed to be!
Number 10, Norg. Power Rangers Operation Overdrive.
It's a family name. Yeah,
he's cool though, but he just...
for
There's cutesy, there's bumbling, and then there's Norg. Norg is a Yeti living in the cave that Florius takes over, and thus becomes Florius' servant, though Norg sees it as making new friends. Unfortunately, his bumbling and naive nature can often come off as more cringeworthy than lovable, especially when he has a voice like Big the Cat.
It may only be a lump of coal now, but if I sit on it for 1,000,000 years, it'll be a priceless diamond.
Despite all that, Norg's completely harmless, and has helped the Rangers a few times, mostly because of his friendly nature or his gullibility. After being disowned by his so-called friend in the finale, Norg redeems himself by rescuing the Tyzonn's girlfriend. But why did he need redemption? He wasn't that evil to begin with.
Seems that this Yeti fought off half a dozen chillers and saved her.
Number 9, Richie. Mighty Morphin Power.
Hell no. Number 9? He didn't even do anything. He was just chilling in the background. And then Trini was over here simping on him for no reason. That's it. He didn't do nothing. He was cool, chilling in the background. He didn't do shit. What do you mean he's back? He's what? Huh?
Our Rangers. Honestly, Rangers fans, we don't blame you if you don't remember Richie.
I know
he
who
first
Richie
appeared
is.
as the new kid in Angel Grove working for Ernie at the youth center.
The one that
Richie was
Trini was
friendly
simping
enough to
over.
everyone, especially Trini.
Would you like to study with me later for the test?
She's so fine, son. Rest in peace, Trini,
He
man.
also made a perfect red
That's what
herring
we
for the
trying
White
to-
Ranger, even though we all knew it was Tommy. However, after Trini's actress left the series, Richie just disappeared, never to be seen or mentioned again. It was disappointing that we sunk so much time into a character that had less effect on the plot than Bulk and Skull do in an average episode. If they ever reboot Mighty Morphin, we doubt Richie will make the cut.
Do you want to join us?
Thanks, but I can't. I gotta get home. Man, we're still unpacking from the move.
Number 8, Sam, Power Rangers SPD.
This isn't the first time we've met, and it won't be the last.
Early in this futuristic season,
I
Z
like this
befriended
one.
a little boy who was teased because of his teleportation powers because she knew the feeling. He confidently stated,
I'm gonna be like you.
Whoa!
I'm gonna be a Power Ranger.
and it turns out he was right on the ball. Later in the series, an older Sam from the future travels to the present to aid the team as the Omega Ranger. Unfortunately, the journey turns him into a glowing ball of light when unmorphed. This ensured that the Rangers could barely interact with him properly.
Okay, that's gonna take some getting used to.
While Sam is a much-needed ally with his own Megazord and futuristic morpher, he has absolutely no character development whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's just a hollow, glowing ball.
Facts.
Literally.
I ain't gonna lie. If they gave this man a human form throughout the season, he would have been tough. He would have been one of the greatest Rangers of all time because his backstory was tough. Him from a kid was tough. But then they made him a stupid light energizer light bulb. If they didn't make him a light bulb, he would have been tough. But no, of course they didn't. And if anybody says, I'm reading this chat, if anybody says my glorious King Jaden Sheba needs to be on this list, you're wrong. You know you're wrong. He's never going to be on this list. What are you talking
See you
about
around,
here?
guys.
Wait.
Number 7,
Mentor
Mentor
G.
G, Power Rangers Samurai and Super Samurai.
It pains me to say it, but I don't think you're truly ready to become a samurai.
Well, he's not the worst mentor. We'll get to that later. G
We're
isn't that deep
watching
of a
top
character.
20 worst
Throughout
Power
the
Ranger
show,
characters.
we learned that he's experienced in symbol training. He's
Yes.
apparently Jaden's guardian and has
Yes.
a motorcycle. Just
You just got to pray for Mentor G. He's the one who took care of my glorious King Jaden Sheba. Just like that, he raised Jaden Sheba to be how great Jaden Sheba is. Without Jaden Sheba, there is no Mentor G. Without Mentor G, there is no Jaden Sheba. So, Mentor G, I give you my props. You don't belong on this list in my eyes, gang.
because. But we don't often get to dive deeper than that. He also isn't that great of a leader either.
He's got mad skills. I'm impressed.
Yes, Jaden's one of the best that's ever been.
Please.
I was talking about Kevin.
G's mentoring includes doing things like showing favoritism towards Jaden and forcing someone to get over their trauma.
Stop your nonsense and eat this sushi.
Yes. Man up. He's over here. Antonio's over here crying about being a fish. Scared of fish. All he does is fish. That's a dumbass thing to be scared about. So what did Mentor G do? He shoved the fish down his throat. And then he liked it. And then it worked. great mentorship to me.
See? You're cured.
At this
It's that
point,
simple.
we believe a sensei turned guinea pig can mentor better than G ever could. It's also worth mentioning that his actor previously portrayed Emperor Grum on SPD.
feel me.
Honestly, the villain feels more likable than G. Number 6, Animus/Kite, Power
Animus
Rangers
and
Wild
Kite.
Force.
Remember that I'm lost. What am I supposed to remember?
There's being environmentally conscious, and then there's being a hypocrite. Animus is the godlike Megazord destroyed by Master Org 3,000 years ago. Though his spirit helped the Rangers several times, his reincarnation ruins his character. He returns disguised as a little boy named Kite, who befriends the Rangers, but quickly flips out over pollution.
The Power Rangers fight to protect the Earth, but
Yeah.
humans are the ones destroying nature.
Yo.
Be quiet. A kid shouldn't talk like that.
It doesn't matter whether you're a kid
Stand
or
on
an
business,
adult.
Kite. Stand on
This is
business, Kite.
important.
Convinced that humanity isn't worth saving, Animus reveals himself and takes away the Wild Zords,
Mm-hmm.
aka the only things helping to protect the Earth.
How can we ever defeat the orcs without our Zords?
That is your problem, not ours.
He does give them back next episode, claiming that it was a test to see if they were dedicated,
Mm.
despite already showing their dedication dozens of times prior. Seriously, this self-righteous act destroys any sympathy we could have had for what happens with them later.
Rest in peace to my boy Kite. Word of the mother. Word of the mother. Rest in peace, Kite. I liked him. I never had a
Number
problem with
5,
Kite.
Troy Burrows,
Number
Power
5.
Rangers Megaforce and Super Megaforce.
Follow my lead.
I ain't gonna lie. How is Troy here and we haven't seen TJ yet? What is going on?
It's morphin' time.
The 20th anniversary seasons garnered very split reactions from fans. Part of the blame comes from the Red Ranger. Troy was the new kid in town who had recurring dreams about the upcoming legendary battle. In the beginning, he is chosen to be the Red Ranger simply because he's met with adversity. Not that we
I
know
don't
what said
care what
adversity
people say,
is.
bro. Troy
On
is
top of
tough.
a bland character, we also have bland acting.
Dreams are the things humans wish for and believe in. They are the goals each of us hope to achieve.
Actor Andrew
Yeah.
Gray was either constantly brooding
That
or
was a
barely
bar, y'all. Y'all didn't hear that? That was a bar.
bland acting.
Listen.
Dreams are the things humans wish for and believe in. They are the goals each of us hope to achieve.
Actor Andrew Gray was either constantly
Goals are what
brooding
we
or
want
barely
to
showed any
achieve.
emotion. Additionally, it didn't help that he delivered his lines more robotically than the actual robot in this season.
You have a mission to fulfill!
Troy is living proof that looking like a leader means nothing if there isn't good enough acting and writing behind you.
So what about TJ? He's bald. He can't act. And he sucks. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Super Mega Rangers, that's a Super Mega win.
And stop saying that.
That
Number
was
4,
fire.
Justin Stewart.
Like, hell no. What? Justin, top 20 worst characters of all time? Who made this list? Are we okay? There's someone who's on this show named TJ who sucks more than Justin.
Power Rangers Turbo.
Guys, I'm the new Blue Ranger.
Yo,
Isn't that cool
great
or
or
what?
what?
Justin was a 12-year-old prodigy in high school. Just go.
12-year-old prodigy in high school. How old were you when you went to high school? Not 12. What are we talking
Who
about?
found out who the Rangers were. He was subsequently recruited by Zordon to take the injured Rocky's place as the Blue Turbo Ranger.
Divatox.
Y'all just peeped that? Nobody knows what's going on.
Injured Rocky's place as the Blue Turbo Ranger.
Who's the first person to think about what's going on?
Divatox.
Justin. The man with the most IQ on this show. And who's there? A grown-ass bald man named TJ. And a grown-ass man with hair, Carlos.
Rocky's place as the Blue Turbo Ranger.
First person to act.
As you can expect,
Justin.
the young kid wasn't as mature as his teammates.
Obviously,
this meant the
he's a kid.
storylines that were centered around him often felt low stakes and juvenile. He also felt out of place next to his teenage teammates. Whenever Justin hung out with his friends, it felt like they were babysitting him. Fans
No, it
might have been
didn't.
able to give him a pass if he was only around for one season.
No. When I watched this, I was like, Justin's a kid. I'm a kid. That's who I want to be. Justin is tough.
But seeing him to be chosen as the Turbo Ranger twice really made him infamous.
Justin, you need some help over there?
No, I got it. Yep.
Number 3, Divatox, Power Rangers Turbo. You
what are
know
we
you're
talking
pretty
about?
bad.
Do you see the Yetis? She's not bad. She's bad. What are we talking about here? What are you talking about here? She's not bad. She's bad. Come on. What are we talking about? Exactly. Forbidden. She's a MILF. And she destroyed the Rangers. She beat TJ's team. She destroyed TJ. What are we talking about here? Talking about she's whack. Do you see them Yetis?
Bad villain when Rita Repulsa can't stand you.
My advice to you, Divatox,
Thanks for nothing.
Oh my God.
Divatox was the evil pirate queen who wanted to conquer the Earth. Why? Because the Rangers ruined her wedding with a volcano monster. Yes, she was that petty. Not only that, but the members of her army, especially her bumbling nephew, were pretty pathetic.
Somebody who wouldn't even lift a little finger to fight. I'm so brilliant.
On
Yes,
top
you
of
are.
that, her plans were
Yes, you
completely
are.
moronic. For the first half of the season, she would
Bombs,
frequently
bombs,
plant bombs
bombs,
all over the
bombs,
city.
bombs,
but she
bombs,
always gave them
bombs.
long timers that allowed the Rangers to find and defuse them.
Yes.
Despite her petulance, idiocy, and pitiful lackeys, she's the villain that ultimately destroys the power chamber.
Exactly.
That's honestly pretty embarrassing for the heroes.
Bye-bye, Ring.
Did you hear that? That was embarrassing for the Rangers. TJ, this is your team that you're leading, buddy. You're getting cooked by Watchmojo. Dumbass.
Number 2, Dax Lo,
Yo.
Power Rangers Operation Overdrive.
Actor. Lead role. Knowledge of martial arts a must.
Oh, come on.
This man is just straight up annoying. I thought he would be number one,
Plenty of
honestly.
things in the Operation Overdrive season we could criticize. One of the biggest issues was Dax, the Blue Ranger. Everything was like a movie to Dax because he worked as a Hollywood stuntman that wanted to be a leading star. Although he wished to be more appreciated, there's not much to appreciate about him.
Out of all the monsters that have tried to pulverize us, he was definitely the most sensitive.
Dax tries and fails at being the comic relief character. He's constantly mugged, painfully overacted, and made stupid jokes.
Yeah.
Hey, if Mac doesn't come back, can I have the Sonic Streaker?
Like the majority of his team.
Let's be honest. We would have all said the same thing. The Sonic Streaker is tough. And if Mac wasn't coming back, nigga, give me that shit to me.
Dax is often ready to give up when things get hard. To top it all off, the only development he gets is that he wants to be a director in the finale. We think we'll skip out on his movies.
Yesterday's news, Mr. H. Now, I want to direct.
Before we continue, be sure to
Number
subscribe
one.
to our channel
Who do
and
y'all
ring the
think is
bell
gonna be
to
number one?
get notified about our
Who do
latest
y'all
videos.
think is about to be number
you have
one?
the option to be notified for occasional
Who do I
videos
think is
or
number
all of
one?
them.
I think number one should be who do I, TJ could be number one, but Troy's already on the list. Jaren will never be number one. Jaren will never be number one. Let's not even try to do that Morphin Madness. Come on, bro. Number one, TJ. It better be TJ. Rocky. TJ or Rocky.
If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings
TJ or
and
Rocky
switch
should
on
be number one
notifications.
for the worst character of all time.
Number 1,
Gosei. Oh, yeah.
Power Rangers Megaforce and Super Megaforce.
Oh, yeah.
I am Gosei. My mentor, Zordon, placed me here to be guardian of this planet.
During the 20th
I wish there were
anniversary
more Rangers
season,
on this.
Megaforce and Super Megaforce saw fit to introduce another Zordon-like mentor, but that concept ultimately backfired.
This makes sense, yeah.
Meet Gosei, Zordon's supposed protege. We were a bit skeptical because that's something that he only mentioned in passing. He was apparently billed as the guardian of the Earth, that would only awaken when the Earth was under great threat.
Yeah.
So, where was he over the last 20 years of major threats?
There's a simple explanation for that.
Not only is his backstory incredibly vague, but rather than offer words of wisdom like his mentor, Gosei just hands out new weapons and Zords like lottery tickets.
Rangers, your bravery has earned you this new power.
He gives one last half-hearted pep talk in the finale and is never seen again. super mega good riddance.
This is our darkest hour, but I have faith in you.
Did you enjoy this video?
No.
Check out these other.
How the hell did Antonio Garcia make this list? How did Justin Stewart make this list? You have TJ. You have Rocky. What? What are we talking about here? Watchmojo. Why the hell is goddamn TJ? I mean, TJ not on this list, but you have goddamn Antonio.
Threat was. Introduced as a Samurai Team 6 member, Antonio never quite adjusted to the high stakes of Ranger.
This man has one of the coolest moments in Power Rangers history. And y'all added him on this list. How? Someone please explain to me how the hell did they do this? Yes, Antonio was on the list. I don't know how TJ is not on this list, but Antonio made the list. It makes no sense. Antonio did more for his team than TJ ever did. And TJ had 2 seasons. What are we talking about here? What? He's better than Jaden? No, he's not. Stop it. So who's on this list? We had Elgar. We had Vrock. We had, who was this? Oh yeah, Tyzonn. We had Antonio. We had, the Common Rider, Dex. We had Choobo. We had Flit. That man didn't deserve to be on this list. We had Nick. We had Vypra. Nick also didn't deserve to be on this list, by the way. We had Spike. Yeah. We had Norg. We had Richie. That's just random as hell. He was only there to like love on Trini, and then Trini left, and then obviously he can't love on Trini because Trini's gone. We had Sam. Sam deserves a spot. Mentor G, he does not deserve a spot because, you know, he raised the glorious King Jaden Sheba. Jaden Sheba wouldn't be who he is without Mentor G. So, yeah. That's Animus was there. Troy, obviously, they was gonna put him there. He gets too much hate for no reason. Justin, and then Divatox, Big Giddy Divatox. I don't know how she made the list. And then Dax, and then Gosei. That's who made the list. That's crazy. Yeah, Antonio made the list. That is definitely a crime. He's not on the list because he got baked in a giant pizza. The fact that being baked in a giant pizza is your biggest achievement of all time is kind of crazy. Like, are you that ass? What are we doing, gang? That's so sad, though. Like, how the hell did that man make the list? That's so dumb. Like, you really put Antonio on this list? How? The video was called Top 20 Worst Power Ranger Characters.